Hey, what's going on YouTube? Smaller here, and I know this is going to be kind of spoilery, so if you're trying to avoid spoilers for Palworld, even though the game's been out for a while, you might not want to watch this, but I'm not going to talk about anything, so audio is fine. I just want to go ahead and talk about my thoughts on the game so far. I have about 70-ish hours or so into this playthrough, and what I think about the game so far as to where I'm at. It should be noted I am playing on the hard difficulty, as well as I have been taking my time very, very slowly in the game in trying to really kind of like build proper bases, try once I've unlocked the breeding mechanic, try to like really try and get my IVs properly, work them up. I was able to do that with the vegetable cakes and things like that. So try to perfect my pals through breeding as much as I can, even though I know it's completely pointless kind of to do it early on in the breeding stage, but that added a lot of time to my playtime. I was probably level-wise maybe like 2 to 3 tiers of like tech below my actual level. So that's kind of made things a little bit interesting. Anyways, Palworld. I'm sure there's a billion videos out there that are talking about this. However, I just wanted to kind of do my own and talk about some stuff. What is Palworld? Palworld, oh yeah, it's Pokemon with guns. yeah. It's the middle finger to Nintendo. And honestly, you're gonna get a lot of that kind of comparison just because of the way the game looks, as well as it's kind of got a similar capturing mechanic, especially throwing Pal spheres and things like that. Not the Pokeballs, right? But you got Pal spheres and you kind of doing that. I'm also trying to play here too at the same time, so. But really, the game for me reminds me more of Ark, Survival Evolved or Survival Ascended, just due to like the skill tree. Every time you level up, you now have all of these new things that you can learn how to do. Ark does the same thing. Same thing with your character stat points. Every time you level up, you get some stat points. Where do you want to put them in on for your own character and things like that. But where this game is similar to Ark in that, Ark is probably, I would say, actually a little more sophisticated when it comes to capturing, right? Because with Ark, you don't fight the creature and then once they're low enough, throw a Pokeball at, a Pal Sphere at them, and capture them with a high percentage rate or with a stronger sphere, things like that. You have to actually tame them, feed them, and then over time they'll eventually be fully tamed. But then you do unlock like the sphere things, so you can like throw them out there and things like that. Which at the time, when I was playing Ark way back when, it's like, oh wow, this is like Pokemon with dinosaurs. Palworld really differentiates itself with the automation stuff in the base. The base allows you to do a lot of like fully automated things. So your pals will go ahead and do everything for you, which is super, super cool and handy. Like right here for my base, I have a farm set up here as, hold on, let me do this. I need to credit a YouTuber. I made slight variations, but this base that I created here, this is, you're going to have to be at least like level 55 and kind of farther out in the game to be able to do this. But this base that I made, I was watching I've been watching actually quite a few YouTube videos from a channel of a gentleman by the name of Chaos Bear Gaming. And I came across his ultimate all-in-one mega base to utilize. And I really, really like the aesthetic. I liked it a lot. The only things that I'm really changing is I'm going to still have a secondary breeding base that's going to kind of focus on that. And the ranching that I'm going to do here is going to be more for the materials of the organs and things like that. And any other kind of materials that I might need. But otherwise, yeah. So shout out to Chaos Bear Gaming for that. Cool looking base. But yeah. The automation of the pals is amazing. The progression in this game is amazing. One of the This game, I've said this throughout my entire time playing the game, and it's that this game felt like a solid 8 to an 8.5 out of 10 every time I'm playing the game, but the game does such a good job of like, all right, but I gotta do this. All right, I gotta do this. All right, I'm just gonna do this. I gotta do that. Oh, well, I guess there's something over there. Okay, I gotta do this. And it just keeps on dingling that carrot on a stick right in front of you. And just, you keep playing. Because I was playing another survival game right before I started playing Palworld. I was playing the early access of RuneScape Dragon Wilds. And I didn't want to stop playing that game. Because it was so, I was having such an incredible time playing the game. And then, so, I would say, honestly, for like the first like 20 to 25 hours of Palworld, I was like, kind of feel like, you know, I'm kind of forcing myself to play a little bit. Because I really wanted to play the RuneScape one. But once I realized that I'm like that far in the game, I'm like 20, 25 hours, and I'm still playing because, well, I do gotta still do this. I gotta still do this. I gotta still do this. I realized, no, this game's got me. This game has got me. And then I discovered some more stuff, and then some more stuff, and then some more stuff. And I'm just like, okay, this game is not just got me. This game is actually incredible. I didn't realize how much deeper the game goes, especially in the late game. Like, I'm not even late game. Level-wise, I might be kind of getting close, but not really. I'm level 70, I think. Where do I see my level? Oh, level 70. So I'm not, like, super, super far, I guess, but... Man. And then this region. This is the coolest looking region to me. Sakurajima Island. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is there anything about the game that I actually just don't like? I will say this. I think there are multiple points throughout the game where you might get kind of like bottlenecked through resources of like a tier to the next tier. There's definitely one very early on. I believe it's really with the first time you're going to like refined ingots having an issue, and I personally was having a really bad time going with Pal metal. So, and that's really what set me back. Like, I'm level 70, but for a long time, my tech level was only that of like 45. So it was kind of strange in that regard. But yeah. Also, I'm just kind of like hanging out in this area because there's a particular POW. This game has a mechanic of random meteorites and supply drops. According to Google, I don't know how true it is, they only occur once every like 2.5 to 3.5 hours. And it's always going to occur in the area that you're at. One of the POWs that I need more of, I have one actually, but I need another one because they only breed with themselves, is saline. So this kind of is a little spoiler. This one right here, this is such a really, really good POW. Has really good abilities, and I want to get another one so I can start breeding. I have to hang out in this area until another meteorite drops. So when a meteorite drops, basically it can... There's alien pals, and the saline one only drops, will only appear in meteorites in Sakurajima Island. So that's kind of crazy. There's a few others as well, and they only can be in certain areas also, but this one is one of the best ones. And yeah, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get another one. And the funny part is I actually would have had two if I didn't screw up the very first one that I saw. I accidentally one-shot it and killed it, so I wasn't able to capture it. But that's on me. It's also a flying mount, but I don't have its saddle yet. But yeah, for me, like I said, negatives is definitely certain bottlenecks when it comes to the progression. Can kind of like halter your advancement and make you feel like, oh man, I'm doing all this work, putting in all this time, and I still haven't really made any progress. But other than that, the only thing I can really see would just be if you're somebody like me who has put in a lot of time while not really progressing, you're going to naturally start over leveling. Or like me, like I spent a lot of time in the breeding. I unlocked a lot of pals that I have not even encountered yet. Just purely through breeding. So it's like, you know. But anyways, I think now this video going on way too long, about 10 minutes. You know how I said that like my first 20 to 25 hours, I would rate this game like an 8 to maybe an 8.5 out of 10, just with a really good carrot on the stick. This is an easy 9 out of 10, bare minimum, probably higher than that, if I'm being realistic. This game is, right now, my favorite survival crafting game. Like, bar none. It is definitely my favorite. It's got a lot of the mechanics from Ark, slightly more simplified, but then you throw in the full automation that the game has as well, and that's a really deep system. The game's got a great building system. The building system could... I say it's great, and then I'm about to, like, nitpick it a little bit. It's great, but it could still be even better. And maybe over time in patches, they will improve it a little bit. Like, one of my complaints is that you can't, like, drag, like, place down, like, let's say a wall. You can't place a wall and then just drag across and then make a bunch of walls like that. You can't do that. Some of the snapping is a little janky. Excuse me. And certain things just don't snap, but they should. They clearly should. But yeah. The game runs great. It looks great for its art style and its graphical style that it's shooting for. It's just a lot of fun, man. The game is like, what, a little over $30 US. You're going to get 100 plus hours out of this game easily. Just play this game. Unless you just have some kind of weird aversion to survival crafting games or games with, like, pets, basically, or whatever. Just give it a shot. If you think it looks a little too cartoonish, too childy, trust me, this game is dark. This is a dark game, my guys. You know, I mean, there's a whole mechanic in the game that you can, if you want to, you can take your pals and butcher them for food. Like, literally butcher them. The game, like, puts up like a sensor bar, and then you get, like, a butcher knife, and then you just butcher them and get their meat. It's like, okay, and then you feed your other pals with that and cook it, you know. Sustenance. Anyways, guys, I don't even know what this video is really about. I just wanted to talk about Palworld. Any comments down below, please leave them. If you like the video, like it. If, you know, anything like that, that stuff really helps. Like, subscribe, all of that. And, yeah, see you guys in another video.